Hey everyone, welcome back. Good for the soul. Let's do it. We're getting some interesting progress here. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past. That I was once a mage of the royal court of Volbert. The soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hoped to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering. A plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been a greatest triumph instead become my greatest shame. At least the Warriors of Light brought those responsible to justice. That's right, they did. You learned that from the tank quests. Aye, that they did. I shudder to think what might have happened had they not. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people and their incorporeal wafer. Do you think it can be done? Where the sky is still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we might have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them a perfect conduit for an aether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. Should you be calling it magics? Well, that was a source thing. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever needs to be done. It's all the same to you. Whatever fragrance must be pronounced or spells invoked, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm not super interested either, although I imagine some people probably really are. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're concerned with resulting familiar, could it help the patients? Fine. Alphino, water and clay will be simple enough. I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humour them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine, we'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed. You've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the Numeru of Palaini. They will be able to supply you with the water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? And there still remembers the matter of clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Yeah, alright. The finest clay. Where would that be? Clay of Amarang should likely be best. Best known anyone who might be able to assist us? Yeah, we could ask the miners in Twine. Ah, yes. They'll be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there's aught else I can do to learn the situation which affects the people there. Alright. Speak with Magnus. Well, I guess we'll fly over to fucking... Oh, so I say fly, we'll just teleport over to Tyne. It's not that far away. Yo, Magnus. I need some clay, dude. Oh, well, what a coincidence. We just so happen to have some clay around. You've come at a good time. This is the moment finished repairing the talus and the trolley you took to Nova. The trolley was no trouble, but the talus would have been another matter had it not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of his leftover building materials from the Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a fair trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Cheaters. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting a giant talus to work. Like a giant trolley. Oh, Jesus Christ. But Magnus still refuses to see what good we could do with it. You've entertained your dreams, Jarek, but it doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chi was just being polite. And something tells me Strife here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What does it need, friend? I need clay, my dude. The finest clay. I see. This familiar requires clay from our meringue. Well, look no further. If anyone can find it, quality clay, it's us. Saying that isn't exactly commodity nowadays. There must be some lurking somewhere, or other waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from mountain barren mines to make door bricks. Place is swarming with Crotus now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do no worse than look there. All right, mate. Thanks very much. I'll go have a look. Where exactly are we going? Okay. Over this way. This clay? We should be able to find it ourselves. If we're like a miner, I think like if you have like mining level to 80 at this point, you should be able to be like, I'll be able to find some clay. I'm an expert miner. And you should be able to seek it out yourself, I think. Oh, dogs. Let's just AoE him. Yo, look at these samurais. Well, one's hopping away now, but... Oops. Whether I killed my dog or not, I have no clue. Well, we killed a whole bunch of them. Alright, let's go drop this clay off, and hopefully by the time we get there, Alfredo and Alize are back with the water and the pixie lantern. I was a little bit worried there for a minute, I will be honest. I was kind of expecting it to be like, great, now you can go do this, and now you can go do the pixie, and now you can go do the water. They actually gave us 3 tasks and then split us up, which is more preferable, I feel. I prefer that. Alright, my dude, I'm back. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced that the pixies would at least turn one of them into a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay? I take it. Wonderful. We need not combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of setting upon a suitable form for performing the necessary incantation. Belug, I have a question. In the event, oh sorry, I was saying, Belug, I have a question. In the event that had need of the spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the required skill, yes. Herrick and the others have suffered so much, and I swore I'd do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance that this spell could do that, I would like to be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, and combined with a strong desire to help them, could drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plentiful more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there is a few more of Novrad more dedicated to finding a cure. Is this not true? Absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. Very few, but if aught should go awry, I'll see what I can do. No, absolutely. I have full faith in Jose. I'll give it my all. For Herrick, for Teslin. Then we have all the mind of matter. And Jose shall be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Well, it's certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Shut up, Alphino. She tried.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Oh, I love his animations. They're really good.
Mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Man, it looks a lot better now, huh?
Not bad for a first attempt.
It'd be great if it had like a weird ditto face. That'd be hilarious.
Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric.
What? I don't understand. Why did we make the proxy?
Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name.
Teslin.
All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Angelo. It certainly had an effect. Whether it was the right effect, I don't know. Well as there you are. How is he, Belug? Did it work? I believe it did. You and the fletching familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive me, a hint of colour has returned to his soul. God, I would jump for joy if I wasn't so exhausted. It's so close now, Herrick. As you even now process of discovering of this magic asks much of the evoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true for the subject. As much as we proceeded with caution, however, further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the remission of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I need to put my theories to proof. I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transportation back to the source, the Aerosite. The thought occurred to me about this treatment. Belug said that the soul is rendered dormant, and the mind separated from the body, the person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound like someone tempted back to the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves of primals. Save a handful of cases, or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could... Oh, Gin... What's his name? The The kobold who summoned Titan because his parents were murdered. Oh, what's his name? Maybe she'll say, Gaboo! Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Hirik's. Is it not? The only different. That's why we went to see Gubu before she was called. Oh, it's all coming around. His soul was suffered with the earth aspected aether instead of light. It flows that his soul is subject to the similar kind of stagnation. And there may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Genbu fellow of whom you speak? It's a kobold. I see, his condition does sound similar. Yet there is much more about the soul that remains unknown, even to me. I say it is not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patience here, we devote whatever time is needed to see us through. But I refuse to spend the time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beglug and see if you can't make some headway with the newly possessed Furies. I would tell you to rest, but if you are not convinced, the fire of youth. Let's just return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you. Oh, hey dude! Kasho, what are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Elmore. Lady Chi beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Nor enough begged me to go find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? Must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on then, if it is not as if anything for you to do. Thank you, Belug. This dude's the new custom delivery boy as well. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Elmore is at stake. Good for the soul. Quest complete. Looks like we're going to Elmore. It looks like we're not going to get much done in this quest line. We're kind of just going to keep going until we kind of start a whole bunch of stuff off, and then come maybe 3 or 4 patches down the road, we'll finish it and then start a new arc. But here we go. Okay, next time, Nowhere to Turn. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave a like and a comment down below. I'll see you all then. Bye bye.